Okay, reception out here is pretty ordinary, so hopefully we come live soon. Back to one of my old favourite spots. So if there's anyone in the chat, let me know. I'm not even seeing chat at the moment. What have I done? Bear with me for a second. Okay, I've got no chat on my screen. After some technical difficulties to start with, but that's all right. I'm early. The sky's doing nothing. I've got no chat on my screen. Let me just have a quick look. Are there any messages? Has anyone? No, I can't see messages if no one's typing messages. Bear with me. I'm just stuffing around with this. I seem to have lost my chat settings. Let me let's try that. Still nothing. Okay, bear with me. I cannot see any chat settings on my screen at the moment, so I'm just trying to get it up so I can see if anyone's typing anything. Let's just make this smaller. Maybe it's gone off the screen. Showing on stream, placement locked. Let's try locking it and see if that saves it. No. Yeah, sorry about this, everyone. I cannot see any comments. There we go. I've got it. Okay, I just had to change my camera. Why did that do that? Okay. Don't mind me. I'm just fiddling around with my phone. G'day everyone. G'day Ultimate. How are you? Leslie, Birdman. Yeah, just having a bit of a play around. I lost all my chat for a minute there. Sunny Harvey Bay. Yeah, it was looking really good when I planned the stream. It was cloudy. There was possible showers. It was looking really good, and then all of a sudden, we've got a lovely sunset. Not the overcast grey, possibly showery sunset I was hoping for. Yay, he's on. Audio good. Okay, perfect. G'day Matt, how are you? Hello everyone. Back to an old favourite. Now let me just come out in front first. Let's make sure. Let's just get everything under control. Hello again. Yeah, back to an old favourite, this one. I do like this tree. And I know when Diane was in the other night talking about lone trees, I got thinking, and I've done my tree plenty of times. I've done that too many times. I think I'm going to need a storm for that tree. This one here I really like. This tree has just got a little something special about it, especially with all these roots coming out down the bottom. It is quite windy, which is a bit of a pain. But, you know, I was looking again, we've got like an easterly, southeasterly blowing, so I'm kind of protected behind me. So as you can see, we've got a glass off. Like, it's really glassy in here, but there's still a bit of wind in the leaves. The sky's not doing a lot. But blue hour, we have blue hour on our side. So when the sky doesn't do much, especially when you've got cloud on the horizon, when there's cloud on the horizon, that's when you get all those beams of light like we got last time. So yeah, I'm a bit disappointed the cloud went. I had this plan of, you know, nice big clouds and just a slither of light coming through. But in typical Harvey Bay fashion, we have a perfect sunset without any cloud. So welcome. So I'm going to show you what I'm not taking shots while the sun's this high in the sky. I'm just not. So let me go and show you roughly what the plan is. Okay, so the plan is, and again, this is another one of my pano challenges. If we get down here, we've got these little snails that are moving around everywhere. I'm thinking of trying to get one of those snail trails with that framed up in the background. So that's my plan. I'll try a couple of shots. I don't want to walk over the sand just yet. Okay, there's another one here that's got a nice little trail behind him. So that's what I'm going to do. We're going to have to focus stack. And as you can see, I'm going to have to be super low as well. So this is going to be tricky. This is going to be a tricky shot. Now this tree, it works good from this angle. If I come around here, okay, I don't like the way those roots start to just come straight in front. I don't like. We start to get too much mainland on that side. We come around this side and we just kind of lose it altogether. So it's another one of those trees that it only works, for me, it only works in this one spot. I like those mangrove roots just off to the side here. I like them on that side. That way we still get our reflection as well. And then if we come around this way too far, then again the tree starts to blend in with our background. And then it kind of loses its shape. So yeah, it's one of those spots where I have to be here. I have to be around about somewhere between here. And again, it can look nice. I have got a shot back this way ages ago. But getting down really low over here, again, it sort of starts to blend in with that background, which I don't like. I don't mind it sort of from here, but yeah, it's this, because we're doing a pano, I don't want all this crap to the side. So I am very much just going to have to shoot it from this one spot. Yeah, and this time of year, with the sun where it is, isn't ideal. But that's a nice shot there. I like that. If we can get some of those little snails in the shot. Sky's not doing what I wanted it to do, but you know, that's part of this challenge. That's part of the challenge. We've you know, you're not going to get an award-winning shot every time you come out. That's just that's the facts. I'm going to try my best and see what happens. G'day Diane, how are you? Welcome. I was just talking about you and the lone trees. Yeah, when you mentioned the lone tree the other day, I remembered this one. This is one of my favourite lone trees. I do like this one. It's got some nice shape to it. So yeah, that sun will diffuse very soon. There's a lot of cloud on the horizon. As soon as that sun diffuses, I'm going to start taking shots. Yeah, so welcome. I do have the midgie spray. I do, especially this spot. Let me show you behind. Show you how close in the mangroves I am. So my favourite tree is down that way. Keep going further. That's my tree down there. The 4 trees is over the other side of the creek into the sun. But right behind me, we are literally in the mangroves. Okay, the wide angle lens will make it look further away than it is, but go to this camera, like I'm literally surrounded by man. Over here, you can see some of my footprints from before. It gets deep. This is just a midgie nest, this thing. Have a look at this. I do like this tree, but I sort of can't get a good clean shot of it. Yeah, this is where all the midgies come out of. They're all down in those little hollows. So yes, definitely have midgie spray today. There was a couple of kingfishers when I arrived. They were just sitting there talking to each other. Yeah, I don't want to go too far this way. I'm just going to have a quick look. Yeah, so then you're right in the mangroves, and look at that. That sort of, you know, just take a few steps back and then all of a sudden you are in the mud. So where I am is not too bad. It's muddy, but it's not that deep mud. So yeah, look, the sky's promising. There's plenty up there. Hopefully it builds a little. Now what's there? Is that all pelicans over there? Yeah, hopefully it builds a little. Now there's a bird that's been, it has not moved since I got here. I've got to go for a quick walk. Let me bring you. I thought it was a turtle at first. There's this bird and it has not moved in the last half an hour that I've been here. I'm just going to go and check on it. It'll probably fly away as soon as I get close. But it literally hasn't moved. Let me go and check. It is a nice tree, this one. I do like this tree. I like that tree. I could use that. Yeah, this one's not far from where you were, to tell the truth. This one is pretty close. It's, yeah, my tree, you can see it off in the distance down there. So there's the car park where you were with Tinky. It's literally just, there it is, just there. So yeah, just follow the mangroves around. Let me check this bird. Sorry for the jumpy camera, I'll get back onto the tripod soon. But yeah, like it hasn't moved. I'll try and hold the camera as still as I can. Been playing with blur all afternoon. Yeah, good on ya. In GIMP, playing with the blur tool. Yeah, look, I'm going to start doing a few videos like that on YouTube. Just sort of going back to how I started. Because I thought, how do I teach people how to use Photoshop? And I thought, I'll teach you the way I got taught. Just starting off with nice, easy blur tools and filters and... What is that? Yeah, see, now it's moving. No, it's fine. It's not a bin chicken. I'm not sure what that is. I can't get close to it, whatever it is. Do we have any bird experts in here? Let me zoom in. Yeah, it's a bit too far away. Anyway, it's fine. The bird's fine. Let's go back and take photos. We're getting close to sunset. Oh, yeah, sorry about the jumpy camera. I'll get you back on the tripod soon. And I know reception here is pretty crap too, so the bit rate's going to be... It's going to look horrible. Once I get on the tripod and settle things down, it should start to look a bit better. Yeah, definitely come for a walk down here. It's good. Go say g'day to it. Yeah, I tried to. It just flew away. There's occasionally you find turtles out here too. So if you see like a big lump, it's usually a turtle. They come up here to rest, especially after all the northerlies. After you get all that strong wind, they just come in here and have a bit of a rest on the flats. I saw one out here. I was out here with Pistol Pete one night doing an astro shoot, and there was one out here. And I'm spewing I didn't get the Milky Way over the turtle. Oh, it was just... I did it because I had to do a live stream. I had to go and get set up. I should have just done it. Anyway, I didn't. Yeah, Milky Way over the turtle on the mud flat. How good would that have been? He was facing the wrong way. It would have been his bum in our face, facing the Milky Way, but... Alright, we're nearly back. Jumpy camera will stop soon. We're getting close to sunset. I can feel it diffusing. Yeah, I didn't know where I was going to go today, and sort of keeping an eye on the weather. Wow, there's really thick cloud on that horizon. There is really thick. It's starting to look nice. It's starting to look at this up here. We could have stuff going on here. Okay, let me just settle you in again so the bit rate will settle down. I'll go back to the wide view so you can enjoy the whole viewing pleasure. Would love to see a turtle out there. Yeah, you do see them occasionally. You haven't seen one out here yet, Ultimate? I've seen quite a few. I have seen quite a few out here. So, yeah. Sky's looking good. It's actually looking alright. Still, I'm just going to wait for that sun to disappear. I just want it to diffuse a little bit. It's not far off it. A couple minutes. Been playing with the blur tool. Yeah, GIMP is basically Photoshop, isn't it? I'm just going back a bit. Midgie spray, yep, got the Midgie spray. So I was almost going to bring the 24 to 105 today, but I've gone the ultra wide. This tree I can get in nice and close to it. I'll try and get some of those snails, or not sure exactly what they are. They're not hermit crabs, they are a snail of some sort. Not yet. I get excited when I see the wildlife and end up with an extra 1,000 photos. Yeah, I know, it's like that. That's why I don't bring my telephoto with me, because then I don't get tempted to get distracted. Yeah, but on the way here there was 2 kingfishers like in the car park, just sitting there chatting to each other. Seen quite a few lately and been getting quite close to them, which is good. Normally, look, if I had my camera, they would disappear instantly. I think they know when you've got a camera. As soon as you point a camera at them, they fly off. But yeah, just walking past them, they were just sitting there chatting away. Sky's looking good. I'm getting excited. I'm getting excited. The weather has been crazy for you. It has. The weather's doing stuff. I have the whole kit because I don't want to miss anything amazing. Yeah, look, I should bring my backpack. The problem is, like, especially out here, I can't put my backpack down. Well, I can, but I don't like to get it muddy. I don't like to get it muddy. I'm a bit of a sook when it comes to getting mud and dirt on things. So, except for my shirt, which I'm just I had a little clip fall off my bag in the mud, and I'm wiping the muddy clip all over my shirt. So yes, yeah, backpack. I know I should bring it. I've started taking it to some of the other spots. Just here on the mud flats, it's a bit of a pain carrying it around. Especially that the 70 to 200. It's too big and chunky to be carrying that, and my wide angle stuff. So, all right, sky's looking good. Let's go and get some shots. Good to see someone else has a 50D. They are an antique. They pretty much are an antique, and still works. I do like to pull out my old cameras every now and then just to use them, because if you don't use them, they get fungus and mold, and they get all sorts of crap in them. You just got to get them out, air them out, click the shutter over a few times. And, you know, especially when you're doing ICM, you don't want to be using your good equipment for ICM. You want to use the crappiest old camera you've got for ICM. Okay, this is going to be tricky. Trying to frame them up. I almost need the tripod to do focus stacking. Let's give it a crack. Let's just see how we go. Let's get these sunnies off. I've got to get really close. I want to get his trail in the shot. We're going to have to focus. I don't know what the rules are with focus stacking, but by looking at the photos, those guys would have to focus stack, wouldn't they? Where is he? Right there. So let's focus on him first. I've still got my 2-second timer on. This is where the touch... let's just quickly get set up. I haven't touched this for a while. Where are we? We're at F14, ISO 100. Stabilize. I did turn my stabilizer off for some reason. I was doing video. I turned my stabilizer off when I was doing video. Let's turn that back on, because I am going to need that for handheld. I'm sure we can exposure blend. We'd have to. I've seen the photos. There's no way in the world those people are getting those photos without exposure blending. Where is he? Where is he? There he is. Let's get it nice and tight. Don't know what my minimum focus distance is on this yet. Focus in the middle. And then slow down our shutter. Expose for the sky. Okay, let's just have a quick look at those photos. How close did I get to him? Is he in focus? Yeah, not exactly sure what my minimum focus distance is yet. Can't really see the trail. I do have a polarizer in the bag too. I do. Leslie and I bought new polarizers. Let's try that again. Where is it? Just going to move over so it's in the sun a bit more. I don't sort of get his trail though. Let's try this one. This one's got a nice trail behind it. It's facing the wrong way, but let's just... I'm going to have to actually zoom in to try and find where that... Where is it? That's it there. Okay, that's focused. I do like the touch to focus thing. That's quite nice. I don't know how these are going to work out, but look, let's just try it, see what happens. It's going to take a bit of effort to stitch all this together, I can tell you that. I do prefer to get it in one shot. I do want his trail behind. What's that sky doing? Sky's looking good. You know what? I'm not going to focus on them. Let me get organised. Let me get organised. I'll get rid of these sunnies for starters. Now, if Rob's in there having a listen, Rob gave me a little strap for my sunnies. I left it at home. He gave me a strap to put on my sunnies so I could just dangle them off my neck. And I looked at it just before I left. I looked at it and I thought I'll grab that as I leave. And of course I didn't. So I'll chuck it in my bag. I don't need my sunnies at the moment. We're starting to lose that light. Okay, let me come and quickly check the chat again. Where are we up to? Hang on. Where are we up to? Don't stop the stream. The clouds are looking good. They are looking good. Good to see someone at 50D. Yep. Leslie, I'm taking the old camera to PNG next week. Oh, yeah, you're off to PNG. That'll be good. Yeah, I'd definitely take the old camera over there. But yeah, you'll get some nice shots in PNG. I lived there for 2 years, I did. Yeah, the sky's looking good. G'day, Linda. How are ya? Hello. Why old camera, Leslie? Yeah, look, it's one of those things. If you travel, and especially when you travel to countries that are a bit dodgy, you probably don't want to take your brand new camera. I sort of get it. I'd love to take my new camera, but depends on where you're going. I don't want to risk the new one. Yeah. Anyway, let me take shots. Sky's looking good. I will get back to the chat. We'll sort of lose colour once the sun sets and we'll go into that grey phase. So I'll just talk through what I'm doing. Let me bring you in a little bit closer. Oh, come on. Oh, geez, this is really stuck in the mud. Okay, let's get you in a bit closer. G'day, up and about. How are ya? It is looking nice. It's looking nice. So now I've got to remember I'm doing panos, so I'm not going to get all that sky. I'm not going to get all my foreground. I've just got to concentrate on the middle part of my frame. So yeah, when I've sort of framed up that snail, it's not going to work as a pano. It's just not, because I don't want to include all that crap over to the side. So I'm just going to concentrate on reflections now. Look, I don't think the snail's super interesting, to tell the truth. So my histogram is all over the place because we're shooting into the sun. We could get a starburst. Actually, that sun's looking not too bad. Let's have a crack at a starburst. I'm just going to focus on the tree. Get down nice and low. I do like those reflections. That's nice. That's nice. That's nice. I love what the clouds are doing. I love what the clouds are doing. Yeah, that's nice. I'm not going to do brackets. I don't need to do brackets. Now that the sun's diffused, I am getting it all in one shot. And now that we've lost that sun, I'm not going to get my starburst. So I'm going to go back down to... I'm going to go down to F11 actually. I don't want my immediate foreground super... Let's do it. Let's do another focus stack. Just because we can. Let's just because we can. Let's just do a focus stack. Okay, I'm just looking at my patterns in the sand, doing a bit of a border patrol. It's hard because I've got to crop it. I wish Canon would give you some sort of cropping option, like the Hasselblads do. They give you like a cropping option, so you can actually frame it up without guessing. Yeah, I think that's okay. I do. I think that's okay. I'm gonna keep taking shots. I'm just gonna move around a little bit. Let's just come over this way. Oh wow! Wow! Have a look what's happening. Oh! Don't drop the camera in the water. That's nice. So I'm pretty much got my horizon slap bang in the middle because we're doing panos. I've got my horizon in the middle. I am doing some focus bracketing. I do like my foreground out of focus. I do. But for the sake of this, I think I'm going to go back to a few more single. We can actually slow that shutter down. I don't mind blowing out the sky a little bit. I've got a little bit of a trick I can do with the sun. Shooting directly into the sun, I don't mind if I do blow out the sky just a little bit. We'll get on the tripod soon. We've got the V's coming in. That's what I'm kind of looking at. I've got that cloud coming in a V. This cloud over this side coming in as a V. Everything's leading into the tree. So now I'm just trying to line up some of these little ripples in the sand to also come in on that angle. Like that. See, then I've got a really nice reflection there, but it's almost too much of a reflection. That's nice there. Again, I'm looking sort of into my frame. What's it like when we come up higher? Yeah, see, I can't come up too high. We can get up to about that high, which is tripod height, but I'm just going to hand hold as long as I possibly can. The sky's looking good. The sky is looking good. Let's just do another focus stack, because we can. Hello, birdie. Could have got that flying past the sky if I was a bit quicker. Now, what is going on with my autofocus mode? Let me just quickly check where my autofocus is. One shot, yep, good. All right, we're right on sunset. I'm just going to keep firing away. We're on sunset. Oh, there's a bird. Did I get it? No, I just saw that reflection in the water. It's nowhere near me. Dickhead. I saw the reflection. I thought it was going to fly in front of the tree. Flew straight over my head. All right, I'm going to fire away. I'll get back to the chat soon. Oh, that's nice. Again, it's sort of hard to tell. Yeah, let's just do it. A little bit of a focus stack on this one as well. We're down to a 25th of a second. Loving the ripples in the sand. The ripples in the sand are nice. Now, because it is a pano award, let's do an actual pano. So this is where I just need to get everything. I'm even going to set my white balance to... I don't normally bother with my white balance because I shoot in RAW. I don't normally bother. I'm just going to focus on the tree. There's no way I'm doing a pano and a focus stack. So let's do a proper pano. No, let's do a focus stack. Okay, I'm going to do a quick pan for my foreground first. And then I'm going to focus on the tree and do another pan. Trying to hold the camera as still as possible. Yeah, see, if I go too wide, I get... And then finally, let's do a pano in the sky. What the hell was that? This is going to be like a gigapixel pano, this one. We've got 3 layers. We've got 3 layers of pano. I'm just firing away while that sun's there. Oh, look, I'm taking this shot for myself because this, in portrait mode, looks really nice. Looks really nice. Let's just brighten that up so I can see what's happening. Focus on the tree. Yeah, that looks good. Wow, check it out. Now, yeah, look, because we're going for an award-winning image, I am taking lots of shots. The sky's doing stuff. I've done a giga pano in there. I've done 3 layers. Focused on my foreground, focused on my midground, then focused on the sky. To me, that's too much hard work normally, but these are the things we have to do. These are the things we have to do. If we're going for an award-winning image, we need to actually put some effort into it. Now, shutter speed. This is going to be my last one. We're down to a 15th of a second. So again, I'm going to focus in close. And I'll just do a very quick... Oh God, if I can get it level. Yeah, those bee eaters going off. And then we'll do another one. Focused on the tree. And then finally we'll focus on our sky. And I'll show you how we can stitch like 20 photos together. Okay, right on sunset. I'm just going to get this sunset and then the colour will probably go off. I'm going to keep moving around, okay? I'm just getting low shots now while I can because once I get on the tripod, I'm not going to be able to get this low. Let's go back up to F14, just get slightly better depth of field. We're at a 10th of a second. Yeah, I don't really like this shot, but doing it. Let's include a bit more sky. I'm going to zoom into 24mm and do another pano. So this one's going to be a pretty standard pano. Let's go over this way a little bit. I've got to stay really still for this one. Oh, got that bird. Got that bird. Actually, you know what? I want that tree on its own for my pano stitch. Yeah, over that way is just messy. And we'll go one more. All right. Wow. Check it out. Harvey Bay. Harvey Bay. Okay, that's nice. That's nice. I'm liking what I'm seeing. I'm really liking what I'm seeing. I'll come and check the chat in a minute. I'm working here. I'm working. I need to get, while we've got this nice light, we're down to 1/8 of a second. Yeah, tripod. I don't want to bump up ISO. I want to keep it clean as possible. I could bump up my ISO. But I want to keep it nice and clean. Look at that sky. Hey? And if anyone still doubts me when I say I'm doing a live stream because it's looking good, you got to trust me. Except for the other night, that was an exception. That I knew it wasn't going to be good. I knew that night wasn't going to be good. All right. Wow. Nah, we've lost all the colours up too high. It's not going to work for a pano. But let's just do it anyway. Yeah, the colour's up too high. Because I'm doing a pano, it's not going to work. Let's just take the shot anyway. We'll get onto our 2-second timer. Get our white balance back to auto. What are we doing? What did I say I was doing? Oh, 2-second timer. 2-second timer. Don't mind me. I'm finally starting to get comfortable with the camera, to tell the truth. It's finally starting to happen. I'm starting to know where all my buttons are. I've played around with my menu quite a bit, so I'm quite happy with where my menu is. It's going to go off in a minute. This is going to go off. Watch this. This cloud over here, I reckon very soon we could get like a bit of a wave of colour through that. We could get some pinks through there. Let me just come and get ready. And if it makes a liar of me, so be it. Oh, see, now I've got that mainland. I don't want that in my shot. Let's actually zoom in a little bit. No, now it's just grey. We've lost it. I thought it was going to go off for a second there. It had that, I've seen it before, where just as that sun disappears over the horizon, the sun's up high and down low enough that the sun sort of beams up. It might still do it, but it hasn't at the moment. All right, let me show you what I've got. Because now we're into the grey period. Now it's a matter of waiting for blue hour. Well, hopefully you enjoyed that as much as I did. That was fun. That was a good little 10-minute session. All right, let's catch up. Let's see what we missed out on, or see what you guys missed out on. But I love that these clouds coming in on this angle. Everything's kind of pointing in, which is kind of that's how I love my compositions. I love everything pointing towards my subject. I was kind of framing up these ripples in the sand to come in from the sides as well. So there's a little compositional trick for you. That's what I like. I do like things pointing to my subject. And you know, when they're not pointing at your subject, you know, go the rule of thirds or something like that. But yeah, when I've got things pointing at my subject, I do like to just keep it in the middle and let nature do its thing. Let nature point to where we're looking. Okay. Let me just go back a bit. I missed a bit. If I missed any comments, I'm sorry. Just type it again. Okay, PNG. Up and about, looking nice. It is. It went off for a minute there. It was quite good. You need that lovely red ball on the horizon. I got that. That's why I just kept shooting, because I knew I was going to lose it. It was looking good. Picture perfect, exactly. And now the wind's kicked up. The wind stopped just as I needed it to. Or maybe that's because I'm standing up. Yeah, get the pictures while you can. I'm so envious of your knees. No, oh man, you should. My knees are not feeling great at the moment. Trust me. Perfectly framed by the clouds, exactly. The clouds were just doing stuff. The joys of too much sport in the younger years. Yeah, tell me about it. Yeah, you think you can keep playing forever, but eventually you get to that state. The thing is, as soon as you stop, that's when you really feel it. I was okay while I was playing. The minute I stopped, far out. It's sitting there beautifully now. It's awesome. I wish I had gone. Yeah, I was about to message you, Matt, and I wasn't exactly sure where I was going to go. It was kind of like a last minute, do I go to, yeah. And I thought, I'm not going to message you if I'm not sure exactly where I'm going. G'day, Shane, how are you? That software you do use for your panos, that works. What software do you use? Mainly just Lightroom and Photoshop. They're the main ones I use. In the past, I've tried lots of different ones. Gigapixel used to be really good, but I don't have a current version. I don't even know if they still do it. But Gigapixel, that used to be really good, especially when you do the big panos. And I'll show you what I mean by the big panos. Let me go all the way back to my very first shot. Where is my first shot? I don't even know. Yeah, okay. Here's the first shot. Let me show you all my shots. There's the first shot of the night. Have a look at that. And again, just moving around with this. A lot of these are focus stacks, so they're going to look similar. That's that one with the snow. You can kind of see the snail down the bottom corner. That one I like, that one I like, that one I like, that one I like. They're all bloody good. The cloud was doing stuff. Are they award-winning? I don't know. They're very nice images. I don't think they're award-winning, but we'll see. We'll see. I just don't think they're special enough for award-winning. If we had some snow-capped mountains in the background. Okay, so here's my first pano. So this one I've focused on my foreground, like literally focused on the sand in front of me, done a sweep. And then I've focused in the middle, done a sweep, and then I've focused on the sky and done a sweep. So that sort of one, in the old days I used to use Gigapixel. Gigapixel used to be really good at doing multiple layer panos. Hang on, I'm just watching that sky. It's teasing me. If there was more cloud up here, it would be going pink. It's just not quite enough cloud up there. You can see it on the horizon. So yeah, those sort of ones, Gigapixel is good. And then I just took some photos for myself because I do like the portrait style photos in this spot. This was just changing composition, and again, I don't like it. Another pano, actually. A few more panos. Lots of panos, because we are entering the Pano Awards. But I think these ones just by cropping them, I think that was where I went into 24mm. And then look at the sky there. We had that little bit of colour. And that was the last shot. Okay. So yeah, look, they're looking nice. There's some good ones in there. Again, really nice photos. Award-winning? I don't know. I don't know. Where's my focus point gone? There it is. So there's a little tip. If your focus point sort of goes off skew anywhere, just tap your thumbstick and bang, it's back in the middle. For the Canon users out there. So yeah, software mainly, look, Photoshop is the main one. Lightroom sometimes gets it right, and I think since the new Lightroom update, I haven't had an issue at all. The Lightroom update, I've stitched together a few panos using the new Lightroom, and I must admit they've been pretty good. So I don't know whether they did some work on their pano software in Lightroom, but yeah, the last few I did were really nice. Normally Photoshop though, Photoshop just gives you more control. Photoshop's more powerful. Photoshop's just a more powerful version of Lightroom. Would that tree work as a silhouette, or is there not enough separation? Absolutely works as a silhouette. It does. It works really well as a silhouette. I've got some nice shots of this tree. One, like later or early, middle of the year, the sun sets a bit more behind it. Like this time of year, the sun is pushing further south. I've got some where the sun is directly behind it, and it does make a nice silhouette. It does, especially while the sun's up high. It does make a really good silhouette. So I could just picture Tinky on this side, you on this side, and that tree in the middle with a silhouette. Throw a ball over the top. And yeah, there you go. There's a silhouette. But yes, this does make a good silhouette, this tree. As you can sort of see now, it's silhouetting as we get into the blue hour. What's happening behind me? I don't want to look. Nah, good, nothing. I hate when I look behind and see colour. So yeah, that was a good little session. I am quite happy. Like some of these shots, they're nice. Have a look. Again, a lot of them are focus stacks. I love that colour. See, to me, oranges, blues, there's a little bit of green in the tree as well, which you sort of can't pick up. Yeah, that colour just does it for me. Again, are they award-winning? I don't know. They're very nice. They're very nice photos. But you got to be here. I really do. Honestly, I think for award-winning, we're going to need a cyclone or a little whirlwind or something. Lightning is a good chance. But you know, we're going to find out, aren't we? We're going to find out. So now's what I call the grey moment. So I'm just going to put this on the tripod before I drop it. So this is where things just start to go grey. This is when everyone goes home. I was watching someone the other day too. It was one of the big YouTubers. I won't say his name. It was one of the big YouTubers, one of the big landscape guys. Got to this time of night and he said, oh, the sun's set. I'm going to go home. And I'm like, what? What? Yeah, I've lost all the light. I've lost all my colour. I'm going home. Oh, blue hour. You've got to stay for blue hour. You watch what happens. This is the sort of sky that I love for blue hour. You watch. People will just don't go home. You watch what happens. I'll guarantee you we're going to get just mad colour tonight. All of these will go all orange. These will go orange. We'll get orange. We'll get purples. We'll get... You watch. You watch it make a liar of me. Love that long cloud on the left in the reflection. This one, oh no, I've just been watching that come in. That, you know, again, one's blue hour, and that one's moving really quickly. So if I just leave that still, you'll see how quickly that one is moving. And even if I go not wide, you'll see it moving even quicker. Let me just frame that up for you. Yeah, it's moving quite quickly. It's the low cloud. The low cloud always moves a bit quicker. But, oh yeah, it's looking... look, let me show you what I'm loving at the moment. If I look this way, we've got everything's pointing in. Now, I don't want that mainland over there, but yeah, the clouds are all pointing in towards my tree. If I could just get a little bit more up here, that would be magic. And this is where I can move. If I was to move, oh shit, that was a good gust. If I come over this way, now look at the sky. See, but then I get this crap coming in. And over this side, you start to get side lights, so now you can really see the green in the tree. So, you know, this is where I'd love to frame it up, but I can't. The tree looks ugly from this angle. The tree just doesn't have the same shape as before. And you've got all that crap over there that I don't like. G'day Pam, how are ya? Hello. Hopefully you got my message. I'm heading off to... I'm going to see Metallica. I'm going down to see Metallica on Wednesday, so we're going to leave tomorrow. Stay at my mum and dad's for a couple of days on the Gold Coast. And then go and injure myself watching Metallica. No, I'm not going to say that. There's no headbanging going on. My headbanging days are over. My neck doesn't do that anymore. But yeah, we're going to go and see Metallica. So I will catch up when we get back. If that's not too late. I don't like the sound of the message that you sent me. That doesn't sound good, Pam. Camera problems are never good. Hopefully it's something that I can fix. And if I can't, I'll Google it. But yeah, we're just waiting for Blue Hour now, because Blue Hour will be here soon. So thank you to everyone who's in here too. So yeah, we're nearly up to 5,000 subscribers. So thank you everyone who has liked, subscribed, commented. Even the person that keeps giving me thumbs down on all my live streams, thank you. That means you're watching them. Yeah, I've got a fan. I've got someone who loves to go in and give me a thumbs down on all my live streams. So thank you. That means you're watching it. It's a view. It's an interaction. It's good. Yeah, nearly 5,000. Wow. I might even do a giveaway. Once we get up to 5,000, we'll do a giveaway. I'll see if I can find out who that is that's given me the thumbs down and make sure they're not in the running for my giveaway. But yeah, we might do something special for my giveaway. I've got a plan. I can't spend too much because YouTube doesn't pay me too much. But yeah, we'll do a giveaway. And Mel, if you watch this, Mel, my mat boards just turned up today. Literally turned up on the doorstep as I left. I've been waiting for mat boards. I've ordered some 16 by 20 mat boards to suit an A3, and I've got some A3 mat boards to suit an A4. So they've finally turned up. I'm going to print some of the lightning photos, and they'll be up for sale soon. So yeah, I just want to get rid of like all the paper that I've got at the moment because I'm concentrating on big prints. I'm going big prints after getting these acrylic prints lately. Small prints, a bit over small prints. I want big prints. I want to go big prints, and that might be part of the giveaway. If you're very lucky, you might get a really big print. Okay, we're getting close to Blue Hour. We're not quite there yet. How good's this tree though? I do like this tree. It's nearly time for my glasses. Let me grab my glasses here. Where are my glasses? Where are my glasses? Oh shit. I'm sure I packed them. Oh, you're kidding me. Did I not bring my glasses? It's going to be a fun trip home, isn't it? No, there they are. Stop looking. Don't panic. Don't panic, everyone. It's okay. I've got them. I'll be able to drive home. Don't panic. I knew they were in there. Okay, so I'm starting to see some colour up here. Don't panic. I've got my glasses. Yeah, so 5,000 subscribers. We might do a big giveaway. Some canvases. Yes, I am. I'm going to order a canvas very soon. I'm going to order a couple of big prints. I've ordered quite a few recently. I've actually sold quite a few recently, which is good. I've sold some nice big acrylic prints, and they look incredible. Like, it's hard to look at little prints again after getting something big. I just got back from a walk. We'll message you. Yeah, thanks, Pam. I've got my messages off at the moment, so just so the stream doesn't drop out. But yeah, I'll message when we get home. It's still engagement. Exactly. They are actually helping you. They are. It's good. And look, you know, I get it. I get it that people would give me a thumbs down, and you know, not everyone's going to like what I'm doing. That's just natural, especially live streams. I think sort of. I don't know. Oh, God, the mozzies are out. Let me just get my spray. I think people sort of expect good quality. People expect good quality content. They're not going to get that from me. Not good quality content. It's me live streaming. Good quality. Who's this guy? I can't even understand what he's saying. That's not how you say reflection. Perfection. It only feels like 2 or 3 months ago you had 4. Exactly. It was not that long ago that I had 4,000. I had a couple of good videos, and that's all it takes. You get a couple of good videos. Well, yeah, whether they're good videos is another, you know. Are they good videos? Videos that people watch. And yeah, you do. You start to pick up subscribers. Like I've always said, I want more people to do live streams. I really do. I want to watch live streams. Like, I'd love to be, especially if at night time or in the morning, wake up in the morning and watch someone live streaming a sunset somewhere in the world. Someone in New Zealand. I need to get what's his name? Will Patino needs to start doing live streams. Show off New Zealand live. We can't feel how cold it is when it's on a live stream. All right, skies. I'm nearly ready to start taking shots again. I don't like this blob in the middle. That's not doing it for me. I love everything else about it. But yeah, that blobby cloud in the middle, if that could just blow away, I'll be happy. I will be happy. But yeah, look, I just love doing live streams. I do. I love doing live streams. It's exciting. You never know what could happen. A bloody crocodile could come up behind me at any stage. I don't want too many people, especially in Hervey Bay, I don't want too many people know that I'm doing live streams. I get some dickhead turning up trying to be a hero. It's the only thing that does worry me a little. Not worried about the animals. I talk to animals. Yeah, that cloud in the middle. Look, I'm gonna have to take shots. That's all there is to it. I do have my remote trigger in the bag too. But yeah, look, the remote trigger, as handy as it is, I like to be down here taking photos, not just pressing a remote trigger. I want to actually take photos. All right, where are we down to? What's the wind doing? Oh, there's a bit of movement in that tree. I really don't like that blob of a cloud. I really don't like that blob of a cloud. So this is what I'm talking about when it's so hard to get an award-winning image. It's easy for a judge to say, oh, if he had have moved a bit to the left or if he had have moved a bit to the right to get that cloud off to this side, it's easy for them to say that after they've seen the image, but they don't know that if I go that way, I get all that shit, and if I go that way, I get all that crap. So a lot of it is conditions doing what you want them to do. Yeah, there is a bit of wind around. I have to bump up my ISO. That's all there is to it. Get off, Mozzie. I don't want those leaves moving too much. So let's go up to ISO 800. And look, I'm not concerned with noise. God, look how many astro photos there were last year. They're going to be shot at bloody ridiculous ISOs. I don't care about ISO. I've got a Canon. I've got a Canon. A full frame Canon. That looks nice. It's just that cloud, that cloud. So I'm ISO 1250, and I can guarantee you these will be clean as a whistle. Like, it looks really nice, just that cloud. That cloud. Go away, Mozzie. I should put some spray on my earballs. Well, I'm just going to take the shots anyway. See, they're the sort of things that judges will. I was looking at some of my other photos, and oh God, I can just hear the judges in my head saying, "I wish that wasn't in the shot," or "I wish, that should be cloned out. If you had have moved this way a little bit, if you had have moved." I'm like, well, no, I can't. I don't clone things out. I position myself the best I possibly can with what I've got. And that's why you really do got to rely on conditions doing what you need them to do. You really do. You got to rely on the weather. Like I've put in my order for the sky. Just because the clouds are part of the composition, and that's the judges will pick up on things like that. They will say, "I wish that cloud was either further to the left or further to the right," and well, yeah, let me move it for you. I'm going to try. Let's just try it anyway. Let's just go around. Let's get that cloud out of my shot. Just have to zoom in. Yeah, see, then I just don't like it over here. I do not like this composition. It doesn't do it for me. Let's zoom in, try and get rid of some of that crap. No, it doesn't. And I'll show you. This is number 10. This is episode number 10. So we will go through my raw file soon, and I'll show you why these don't work. I will show you why these don't work. And half of you will probably say, that's all right. See, look at our colour. Look at it now. blew out all these bloody idiots that go home. Well, we've lost all the colour in the sky. Okay, I'm going to try and frame it up with that cloud off to the side. This is very similar to a shot I had once before, where the cloud did frame up my shot for me. Oh yeah, what am I doing? Let's zoom out. Oh yeah, that, let's just zoom in a little bit. I'll bring you down to show you what I've got framed up in a second. It'll be easier to show you on the back of the camera. Let me bring you down. Check out the sky. Check out Harvey Bay putting on a show. My TV doesn't do it justice. Nah, look, it's yeah. And look, at the end of the day, like, my streaming software isn't exactly, I'm just recording off my phone. Nothing better to watch when I'm cooking tea. Oh, that sounds yummy. Go away, Mozzies. Your live streams are great. Thank you. Oh, that's Lindsay. G'day, Lindsay. How are you? Welcome. You've probably been in here before and I've just ignored you. Welcome, Lindsay. Yeah, look, I love doing them. It's good fun. Spoiling the reflection under the tree. Yeah, let me bring you down. What was that? It's that time of night where you start to hear noises. Look at the colour now. What is that? There's something making noises over there. Yeah, mozzies are starting to get me now. These are my favourite colours too. Alright, I've got to stop reading the chat. I'll get back to the chat soon. Yeah, there's literally mozzies everywhere. So let me show you what I've got. That's what I've got framed up. Okay, so we've got all those reflections. Again, just the cloud off to that side. It looks okay. It looks okay. And I'm just pushing my histogram as far to the right as I can without blowing it. So somewhere around about there. I'm just, mozzies. Just focusing on that tree. The wind is almost completely stopped now, which is good for the tree, but shocking for the mozzies. There's a bird flying up there. Our shutter speed's going to be too slow for him. So that's kind of, yeah, I have got a shot here before, and I've got all this cloud kind of framing up the tree. That cloud there is just, it's a little bit annoying. But still, I'm not complaining. It still looks amazing. But yeah, these mozzies are really starting to get me. But look at all that colour. Have a look at all that colour. Welcome to Blue Hour. Welcome to Blue Hour. So I'm going to keep taking a few more shots, just in the hope that that cloud just keeps pushing a little bit further to the north. And then it'll be good, like when it comes time to do the editing, I'll be able to explain it to you a bit better when you can actually see the images and you're not just looking at them on the back of a phone. See, almost framing up the tree nicely. I've sort of lost that reflection. Let me zoom out a bit. So if I zoom, I sort of get all the propo that side. I'm just going to keep taking shots because things are looking nice. Again, I've got to keep the pano in. I really wish Canon would just add it option. Now I can do 16 light, but 16 is just not enough. I wish they would add in 8. Just give me them. Frame it up. I know I can use my grid lines to frame it up. The grid lines are a bit too aggressive for my liking. Okay, that wind's just keeping up now, which is good because it's blowing the mozzies away. Okay. Look at that. Again, they're nice photos. They're very nice photos, but they're not award-winning. I've got that cloud just out of the frame enough to be not too distracting if I zoom in. is, yeah, so it doesn't lose the reflection altogether. I can't zoom in too much. Let's just try to tighten it. Get in really close to it. Why does it say busy after I take a shot? I've got all of my assists off. Why is it saying busy after I've taken a shot? I don't have any processing going on. Interesting. Interesting. Oh, get off my foot. Yeah. I think I'll wind it up soon. There's still plenty of colour up there, but I'm going to start getting into really long exposures, and that tree's going to blur a lot. Still lots of colour there. Yeah, lots of colour. ISO 1000. Yeah, that's actually going to work. I'm always wasting my time taking shots because I need those leaves to be still. I'll show you the shots, and you know, when I do, my next stream will be the editing one. The next stream will be the one where I show all the raw files. And that experiment that I had, my exposures, absolute garbage. They really are. That tree just doesn't work with all the leaves blowing. That tree works with still leaves. And I think to get intentional movement, probably some grasses, some nice, grassy type things, but leaves. It's just messy. Looks messy. I need to find some nice grasses. I'm thinking I might have another some stage too. Get up grass blowing, give it a bit of a long exposure. Foreground interest. Isn't it mid-ground? Yeah, I'll have to have a bit of a scout around. Alright, well, I might start to wind it up, which means I'll go for another 10 minutes. I do that all the time. I crack myself up sometimes. All right, I'm going to finish up, and then 10 minutes later I'm still talking. Look at the sky. All right, let's have a look. Let me go back a bit. Okay, TV isn't doing it justice. Favourite colours, yeah, look, blue owl is just the best. I'm going to have some crack at some seascapes soon, some proper seascapes. I'm going to start doing, I've got to start doing sunrises. I really do got to start doing some sunrises. I had another look, and there's not a lot of seascapes in the Pano Awards. I've got to get some seascapes. Need waves over rocks crashing, and I've got some plans, I've got some spots, but yeah, they're all sunrise spots. Have to just keep going until the magic shot happens. Exactly, and that is it. I think this is my third live stream in the last week. I've really got to give it a crack. The only way you're going to get better shots is just to keep going out. Just keep going out, regardless of what the weather's doing. You just got to keep trying. Colours looks much better on my phone compared to the TV. Yeah, the TV. The quality is not great that comes out of, especially here in Point Vernon. The bit rate is so bad. It just looks all grainy, and yeah, live streams aren't great. Unless you've got really good reception, it's hard. Here come the whistling ducks. I'm getting itchy just thinking of those mozzies. Yeah, they are starting to give me the shits now, to tell the truth. Bit like the just one more, exactly, just one more, and 500 shots later. That's me. Here comes the whistling ducks. Can you hear them? Same time every night. They're getting close. Kookaburra going off in the background. There they are, right above me. Anyway, all right. Well, yes, I will. I'm going to wind it up. We're done. There's still colour up there, but yeah, the phone just. I would love to get, look, if I get a new phone, the live streams may improve. The live streams, I'm using an iPhone 11, so we're pretty old with our phone. I reckon if I get a new phone, the live stream might be a bit better. We'll have a better quality camera in them. Anyway, I will wind it up, and yes, I'm planning some sunrises. I want to get some seascapes. I've got some plans. I've got some good plans actually for some sunrises. Again, tides, wind, weather, all that sort of stuff we've got to rely on. So thank you again to everyone who popped in. I'm going to go home, and actually I've got someone coming over tonight. I'm going to do some prints, so I better go. All right, thank you again, and I won't see you for a while. I'm off to the Gold Coast to go and headbang to Metallica. I'll probably be back Thursday night, so yeah, we'll see what happens this weekend. But I am planning doing lots of live streams, so stay tuned. All right, see you all.